This thing is moving. Oh, look.
Hey folks, Jeff here, and wow, I had to share this clip with you. This was from our review of Expedition Bigfoot number 7, Nocturnal Nightmare. Russell Acord captured some thermal of, well, one of them is a beaver, and the other, I don't know. I want your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you think this other object or creature is. This is one of those ones that simply blows me away, and I wanted to show you all this. To me, it's remarkable. Um, Eventually he's watching this and he sees what it looks like it's a beaver. And it's walking down
Mhm.
to the water's edge, what appears to be the water's edge, and it's feeding or doing something down there. And then he sees, because he sees that first, then he sees something that it's a showing itself standing by a tree
Yeah,
just feet away from this beaver
and standing upright. It looks like a bipedal thing.
and
Yep.
standing upright. Yeah, something that's standing upright. Now, again, this is one of those, it's a little washed out. This down here is the beaver, and this is the thing that's standing there looking appears to be looking at the beaver. We'll see if this will play for you guys so you can.
This thing is moving. Oh, look.
Yeah, yeah. And then the beaver takes off.
And then the beaver takes off. I'm going to play that again.
This thing is moving.
So, folks,
Hmm.
what in the heck is that?
Yeah. So the red is the hottest part. The yellow is a little bit less, but you can see that's about equivalent to what the beaver is. There's yellow
Mhm.
on the beaver too as it runs, and it moves out, and the beaver takes off running pretty quick. There you can see the eyes on the beaver are red, so it would be that hot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That to me is very, very cool. This thing moves out from behind there. Now, yeah, run, beaver, run. The beaver's trying to get the heck out of there. I'm going to go back to this whole thing about it's not a person. Russell said it was whatever it was standing upright. And I apologize for the quality of this. It's not as good as I would like, as well as the show was. But this thing, when it moves out, you can see that it's definitely humanoid shaped. And I'm going to say it's not a person, because why would there be a person out there without a coat on in the Alaska nighttime? Well, actually, it's coming up on morning by this time. If it were a bear, it's standing on 2 feet on its hind legs, standing up, and it'd been standing up this because Russell said he observed this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know how long a while was, but he watched this thing for a while, and then it started to move out. It looked like it was getting ready to make its move to grab the beaver, and the beaver saw it, and startled, and ran off. And then, like always, the thermal signature disappeared that quick, gone. I don't think it was a bear either, Cat or Renee. I really don't. Bears do stand on 2 feet. We've seen that before, and there's no denying that happens. But I mean, whatever it was standing there like this for a long time.
Mhm.
And I don't think a bear is going to stand on 2 legs for a long period of time, partially covered by a tree. Um, and then finally it starts to move out from behind the tree. And then that's when the beaver, takes off. And then moments later, the thermal signature is gone, just simply gone. Looks like Winnie the Pooh. All right. So again, one of those
Good one.
things, and Russell gets these thermal. What do you guys make of that? I mean, what's
Yeah.
your impression? Is it a bear?
You know, Russell made an assumption there that it was hunting the beaver.
That's true. Yep. An assumption.
You think it's
They're known
hunting
as
them?
they're known as tree peekers. I mean, so that it's not uncommon to see exactly what it did. That's commonly reported. But you know, Russell could see it. It could see him. Um, he was assuming that the beaver just could have been, you know, in between them by
Mhm.
coincidence. Um,
True.
and I would think it was more concerned about him than it was about getting the beaver.
So, Mike, that leads me to like kind of what my first thought was when Russ wanted Maria and Ronnie both to cross onto the mainland. I thought, what if this is a male distracting them, pulling them away from the unit? And if
Mhm.
these things are so sensitive to electronics, wouldn't they be aware of a tracker attached to their fur? What if it took him knowing I'm going to pull these guys away so my family and young ones can have more time?
Yep.
And
Get
Russ,
away.
yeah, and then Ronnie, having that gut feeling of like, I think there's still something here.
Yep.
He would be the one to kind of have that more like spiritual connection. I'll say, I don't know if that's the right
Mhm.
word, but
Right.
he'd be more open to thinking, no, I feel something here still. So in this moment that we're getting, like you said, it's obviously where Russ has his thermal on him, and he's basically, like you said, going, "Peekaboo, I'm here."
Yep.
Like,
Right.
so yeah, that to me that kind of connects my initial feeling of like
Yep.
maybe this is a distraction. Them because they've done this before, Bigfoot has done this before. If I believe that Bigfoot is what's taking the trackers, they seem to mess with them.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah, they do.